Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Denny DeLaleo and I like to write music. So, our first long-term project that we're going to be working on for the channel is the Metropolis project. So, the Metropolis project is me taking an attempt at scoring Fritz Lang's 1927 silent film classic Metropolis. I'm a huge sci-fi fan. This film is a classic. There have been many composers before me who've taken a stab at their own version of this. Including Giorgio Moroder's of Midnight Express fame and a lot of disco from the 70s and 80s. He took an attempt at it and actually brought in some bands at it. It's been great. So a little bit of history about the film. It came out in 1927. Its first run, people critiqued it for being too long, and so a lot of the original cut has been lost. And not too long ago, I think in the 90s, in the Argentina, they found a print in Argentina where they've been able to actually restore a good deal of it, of the original cut. It's the original cut here that I'm going to attempt to score. And I also have put a limitation on what I'm allowed to use for this scoring project. And so I've decided that just for a challenge for my sake, I'm going to see what I can do with free sounds. So I was able to, a few years ago, download the retro machines from Kontakt by Native Instruments a few years ago. I got it for free instruments. Great. So let me see what I can do with it. See if I can get a nice sounding score out of those instruments. And it gives a little bit of a Stranger Things feel. It's not necessarily what I'm going for, but it does harken back to my teenage years when I first started playing synths back in the 80s. So let's take a look at my setup so you can see what we are dealing with here. All right, so I'm using Cubase. My current version is 9.5. I haven't upgraded just yet. I'm about to upgrade to 11, and I think they're going to give a deal so you can get 12 when it comes out soon. I'm about to do that. Hopefully the deal continues after Christmas. I'm going to wait until I'm done Christmas shopping before for the kids in the family before I continue. So we're gonna continue going through. So it's got some really cool things here, and you see I've got one instance of the machine here in one instance of the machine live in my Cubase. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we have this Kontakt here, and you can see I've got all of the instruments in there just plugged in here, and I have some MIDI channels out. So this first one, which is Cloud Groove, let me pull that up so you can see it. It's got an interesting sound here to it. So I've got the arpeggiator going for it, and got some great things going here for the, and it goes through the variations of the sounds, which is actually pretty cool. It's got it sets up a little groove. So next I have, let me move this over just a second. I've got this star, oops, let me replace it. The star blending sky, which is a fun one. Okay, and if you look down here, star blending sky. What's fun about this one is the pitch shift, the pitch wheel moves it through the different variations, and you can see it automatically moves all the variations. So you get a lot with that. All right, so let's move on, shall we? So let's go to Polylead. This is another fun one, and I've got two instances in here with this one. Let's see, where is it? Polylead 2. You can see the different variations. I've got it on, I'm using it on 7, but if I play it, so slight different sounds. So that's where I'm set up here with that one. And so I'm going to skip down to the next one is the Melody Orchestra. So what's going on with the Melody Orchestra? Let me move down to Melody Orchestra here. So you can see So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing with this one. So there's some times where it sounds a little bit like a vocoder, which sounds good. So this is probably going to come in handy. This one, I'm digging this one a little bit. This sweep here, the sweep action. Although I haven't found a good use for that yet. So let's get down to this sweep and so you can see it. The sweep is here. So lots of good variations of the sound, and I may get into customizing myself what I do with it. But right now, I'm just kind of using sort of out of the box as we go to see how that works. All right, so let's get this one out of here. Okay. Let's close that. And then this last one is the Matrix Brass, which has some fun stuff associated with it. So here we go. So which variation? I'm on the... So you get some cool little things in there just out of the box, and then of course you can adjust it and do all sorts of things with it as possible. So this is my opening limitation that I'm going to start with. The next video that comes to you is going to be my first project. I'm going to get the opening scene hopefully scored with that and see how it goes from there. If you are interested in seeing how I make out with this project, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and smash that like button. And of course, go ahead and hit the notification button so that you know that I am getting, that my that my videos are coming through to you so far. So thank you again for joining me on this journey, and see you next time.